Well, I got sick when I was 16 is when it started. And through all of our appointments and going to different hospitals and everything, we ended up finding my specialist in Milwaukee. So when we were getting set up with our transplant coordinator, we were referred to the Ronald McDonald House.
And a hotel room really only does it for a few nights. All of a sudden you're up in the thousands of dollars and it becomes unmanageable when you're in the middle of a crisis. You're met with a smile, you're met with welcoming. You necessarily can't give that sometimes back because you're just kind of sitting there.
That's what I was just going to say.
Oh
You kind of walk in like,
but
"Hi,
you're welcomed. The entrance and they had kind of a central area there was just so homey and welcoming. It was not institutional.
And that's the big difference is coming from the hospital, where it's
which has to be
fluorescent lights and pale color, you know, it's just like sterile. Going to a place that was homey and had just like regular carpet and, you know, just like little things like that, and people that were like, hi, welcome, instead of like, what clinic are you going to or whatever. It's just total flip-flop, and a total like warmer feeling, which is so nice. But it's so comforting even to know like there's other families here that even if your situation is completely different, it's kind of the same as like you just came from the hospital, so did we, you look exhausted, so do we, and you don't even really need to say anything.
I've always said that the hospital in Milwaukee, they medically saved Kaya's life, but the Ronald McDonald House really saved our mental life, I think. I mean, it's that important to have a place like that to come.
It's a good way of putting it is like, it takes away that lost feeling. Because that's exactly what it did. Like it. It's just like, it is so important to us. I mean, obviously it was a game changer for everything. For my recovery, for everything. It just made a huge difference.
Nothing but positive.
Yeah.
Nothing but positive, yeah.
I think my first thought was, is there actually nothing there like that? I was surprised. I guess I had never thought about it, but it just made so much sense. You always hear of people getting life flighted here, you know, people, it's always like, from Roseau especially, Grand Forks is kind of the next major hospital that does those more major things. Instead of going to the cities, a lot of procedures or anything, people get admitted here. So having that, especially for all ages,
because every age has needs. I mean, it isn't, you know, the children are one thing, but if you have an adult spouse that's 40 years old and all of a sudden you're in the hospital for 3 weeks, it's a big need to you.
Yeah.
It's really, you might be down to no incomes instead of 2 incomes.
Yeah.
And
just thinking, if you're gonna drive home a couple hours or whatever, just do the drive. Like some days after the hospital, being alone with your thoughts for that long.
And you're exhausted.
Exhausted.
Yeah, you don't think you are until you get
There's a lot of things that go into it.
Exhausted.